We want to tell you about our StudentCam contest. It's an annual competition for middle and high school students. This year's competition centered on sending a message to President Obama what the most important issue is for him to address. Here's a short clip of one of our second prize winners.
Poverty can lead to low self-esteem. Children from poverty homes are quick to notice that other children dress better than they do, and they become embarrassed, which can cause them to withdraw in class, which creates a bad learning environment.
Sometimes, if the parent or parents work or are on drugs, they're not able to give the child the attention that he or she needs, and so it causes the child to get attention other ways, like misbehaving in class, getting involved in gangs, or doing other things that is ruining their life.
I think we have to help build support around our children to let them know that poverty is a temporary situation. They have no control over the situation they find themselves in, and in my case, I have no control over being born into that situation. But we have to give them the inspiration and hope and let them know that they can break that cycle. And with the community support and encouragement, they can break that cycle. That's no excuse. Poverty cannot stop a child from achieving their dream, and it shouldn't.
We are joined by Allison Moore, second prize StudentCam winner from Selma, Alabama. Allison, why did you decide to focus on poverty for your documentary?
Poverty is an issue in Selma where I live, and it's an issue as well as all over the country. And seeing the fact that it's something that affected everyone and students, and we are students, and the project contest was a message to the new president. We want to do something that affected students. So we decided to do it on poverty.
Can you tell us specifically how your community's been affected by poverty?
Mostly it's affected the kids I've seen, because instead of them choosing to do positive activity and just making sure everything they do is good, they often get sidetracked and end up doing things that are not good. So mostly it's something done by the youth in our community who live in poverty. They often end up doing something that's not good, like joining gangs or some sort of criminal activity.
In your documentary, you interviewed a student named Jarvis. Do you know Jarvis, and how did he end up in poverty, and how did he cope with that?
Jarvis is actually a friend of my teacher's. I didn't really know him personally. I know him now, though. And he was born that way. As he said in the video, it wasn't really a choice that he made. It was based on his parents, and he's gotten out of that situation. I guess you could say he's with the foster family now. He's doing a lot better. And yeah, that's Jarvis.
What did you learn by talking with him?
It was nice to have a personal conversation with someone who's been in poverty. I know more people because of school. We live in the public school system. Students from all over the city come to this one school because it's 7th and 8th grade. So all the students in the city are in that one school. So every day I'm with students who come from all aspects of life, and just I've experienced poverty at school, and then I met Jarvis, so that was somebody else. It was nice to have that personal conversation with someone to see what it was like.
You also interviewed the superintendent of Selma City Schools that we saw in the clip. What did you learn from him?
I learned that poverty is not just a situation that you can't get out of. Some people see poverty as some crippling thing where you can't get out of, you're just stuck there. But he's living testimony that you can get out of poverty. He was born and raised in Africa, which mostly you see on TV. They often talk about how Africa is in poverty. So he came out of that situation, moved to America. He lived in New York for a while, and now he's here, and he's our superintendent. So he can, poverty is not something that you just stay stuck in. You can get out of it.
What would you say are some solutions to help solve poverty, if possible?
Just try to stay positive more than anything, and find something constructive to do. Don't get bored and just start doing destructive things, because poverty doesn't just affect that person, it affects the people around them. So when someone who's in poverty decides to do something that's not good at all, it affects the people around them. So they just really need to find something positive to do. And most get educated. So that way they have something to uplift them and take them somewhere instead of just staying in that one spot.
Allison, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
You can watch Allison Moore's winning video as well as all of our winning StudentCam videos at www.studentcam.org.